So, based off on Arc 1, there's, um, sorry. There's a, there's a prophecy in Arc 1, and every dragon knows about it, but they just didn't know Marosier freaking made it up, because, as if he was like, I'm actually gonna make it up without telling everyone. Something like that. I don't know. So I'm gonna be going through book 1 through 3, and yeah, I don't know, I just don't want to go through 5 and 4. So apparently the Dragon Ends of Destiny hatch. Clay is the first one to hatch, who he doesn't exactly know that he was the Big Wings. The only reason why before I actually continue more, the only reason why I'm doing this, I'm just saying this just in case no one exactly has read the books. Clay, attacks Clay, no, oh my god, attacks Tsunami's egg, even though he didn't exactly do that, but Kestrel was just so dumb, he was like, and then Kestrel picks him up and says that he's perfect for a monster for the prophecy, and then she starts fighting Clay, which is known to be some kind of so-called training, and Tsunami probably found out that he was getting hurt and steps on Kestrel's tail, and then we get to know more about the other characters in the first book, so, our main protagonists are Clay, Tsunami, and Clay, Tsunami, Glory, Starflight, and Sunny. Which, still though, I'm still not doing, book 4 and 5. And even though I might exactly do it, though, in another video. Then everyone starts playing of how Queen Oasis died from Flower, who is introduced in book 5, and she's a scavenger, but although Sunny didn't know that there was actually just 3 that killed Oasis, but yeah. Anyway, after they started playing, Sunny was playing as Oasis, Starflight was playing as Blaze, Glory was playing as Blister, Tsunami was playing as Burn, and Clay was just being goofy, playing as a scavenger. Yeah. And then they start talking about the 3 Sandwing princesses, and they're wondering who they should pick. And Clay's just confused if someone is involved with the Nightwings, but then Starflight says that they're not involved. Then Clay asks if Rainwings have an ally, and then Starflight says they're not exactly involved either. And then Glory's like, well, Rainwings are lazy. And yeah, Sunny somehow runs off like a goofy little girl, and Clay and the rest of the other Dragonettes, hear the entrance boulder open up, and then they're all confused. Tsunami and Clay spy the Guardians on the river, and then Marosier arrives, and then Tsunami complains that she wants to get the hell out of here, out of the Towns of Peace. But Marosier then attacks her since she would not stop complaining. And then Then Clay attacks. Sunny then sneaks behind Marosier and bites his tail. And then Marosier takes Starflight for a conversation. And after the conversation, Starflight was not supposed to talk about what happened and all that stuff. And yeah. So then they find out that the Guardian, well, Clay kind of finds out the Guardians want to kill, not the Guardians, but Clay kind of like finds out Kestrel was going to kill Glory while she was sleeping by drowning her to death, and his friends figure it out. He goes down the river since he finds out that there was a secret tunnel under the water, and he tries his best not to panic, and yeah, he didn't, and he made it out. Then Tsunami appears like when he gets washed down in the waterfall, and they escape. And then they see a scavenger holding treasure, but then the scavenger runs away of fear. Clay picks up the treasure, and then they meet Scarlet. And then they run away from Scarlet because Tsunami just used the scavenger sword to stab her tail. And then they arrive back with their friends escaping, but then Scarlet captures them, and yeah. And then a lot of fights happen, like Clay had to fight Fjord, Clay meets Peril, and yeah. And then Burn comes, and that's when she was introduced, later. Then while Peril and Clay were fighting, Glory spits venom at Scarlet's face. And apparently, I'm pretty sure she would be like, ha ha ha, and that's a lot of damage. You know that meme? Pretty much, that was stupid. And then they escape. Then Clay and Glory go to the Mud Kingdom. Glory just tries to disguise herself as a Mudwing. And then Clay finally meets his mom, but his mom just did not exactly care. His mom was pretty much like Cobra, like how Cobra exactly hates Kibli and everything. So I'm pretty sure she was pretty much like that. And I believe her name was Cattail, I think. Yeah, I think it was Cattail. And then Clay finds out he lost some of his siblings, which was Crane. Yeah, something like that. And then Kestrel comes, seeing Blister with Marosier. Blister kills Kestrel right through her heart, and that's how book 1 actually ended. Yeah. And then there's Tsunami. She goes to the Sea Kingdom with her friends, and then meets Riptide, and Riptide takes the Dragonets of Destiny to the kingdom, but Shark tries to stop them until Tsunami proves that she's actually the missing princess. And then we see Coral, Anemone, and mostly our most hated character, Whirlpool, because, I don't know, he's just introducing this stupid... He's just, of course, introduced in the second book. And then somehow Whirlpool takes Tsunami for aquatic lessons, which was stupid. Tsunami leaves, reunites with Riptide. I'm guessing Riptide's pretty much like her mate. Riptide teaches her a good aquatic lesson, and Whirlpool attacks Tsunami while she was trying to go down. And then she tells her mother that someone tried to kill her, and she was thinking that someone was actually going to attack the eggs too. So she goes there. One of Tsunami's unknown sisters die in the egg. and then she takes Auklet's egg, which she didn't exactly name Auklet there. And then somehow tries to make Sunny warm it up, but then Coral actually says that it has to be warmed up at the Deep Palace. So she goes back to the hatchery, and then she hears the statue coming alive, and then she kills it not pretty much kill it, but just like when it went out the door, it turned back to stone. And excuse me. And then Blister told Coral to keep them prisoner until they escape by an enemy, because Whirlpool kind of thought it was good to keep them here and keep them prisoner until they die. And that's until Awesome Anemone kills him, which he deserved that. And then they come outside. The Skywings attack the Summer Palace. Everyone is freaking out, and they're all like going cuckoo crazy, and just trying to escape the thing. And then the Dragonets of Destiny leave, hoping that everyone was safe. And that's how book 2 ended. Well, even though Webs was actually kind of like almost killed by Blister on the tail, so yeah. I kind of missed that part, actually. Anyway, book 3, we see the Dragonets of Destiny going through the rainforest, and then Glory meets some Rainwings who kind of like knocked out her friends with blow darts, and apparently they wanted to see Queen Magnificent, who was the worst Rainwing Queen I've ever seen, and then she finds out about the missing Rainwings. So she goes investigate. She goes to the Ice Kingdom, and Jambu kind of comes along, because Mangrove actually was going to the Ice Kingdom. And then they go there, they meet Blaze. Blaze was like, very nice, she's not really one of my favorite characters. She's kind of like, probably 2%, because she's just like, I don't know, she's just lazy, and she brags that she's beautiful. She just doesn't even care about anything but her beautiful self, and something like that, I don't know. And then Glory and her friends escape until Deathbringer follows them, and Glory goes out, ties up Deathbringer, and then goes and then gets kidnapped by Nightwings without her knowing. And then she sees Kinkajou, who was one of the missing dragons. Kinkajou spits venom at the second Nightwing that was pinning her down after she spits venom at the other Nightwing. And they escape. And yeah, then Glory challenges Magnificent for the throne. And then all the queens start challenging Glory's team. And then she finds out that she's Grandor's lost granddaughter or grandniece. And then then she becomes queen, and because Grandor let her have the throne and let Kinkajou win, like she pretended she lost. And then Magnificent gets angry about it, and then Clay comes in a rush saying that Starflight disappeared, and that's how book 3 ended. Sorry. So, yeah. That is actually, and then we see an epilogue, we see that Fate Speaker sees the Nightwings taking Starflight, and that's actually how the epilogue, actually ended. Yeah. And, yeah, that's actually, yeah, it's pretty much interesting. I'll do, like, book 4 and book 5 in another video. But make sure you like and subscribe if you like this video. Alright, bye.